All right, everybody. Welcome back. It's Creative Notice Podcast. It's your boy Bobby, Adrian. And as always, like, subscribe, comment. Thank you for your comments. But before we get going with the show, we definitely want to touch bases with the University of Virginia shooting incident where it happened. 3 young men were murdered. 2 still in the hospital. 1 is in critical condition. And we definitely want to just send our condolences and prayers to the families of the lost ones and friends who was close to those in this time of need. This is a time to mourn and to reflect on the time that you had with your loved ones. So we just want to give a moment of silence to the family, let them know that, everything is tough times, and give them that time. So moment of silence. All right, and we're back. So we know it's a tough topic to try to transition forward, but we want to keep it moving and keep it going. So real quick, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into week 10 of the NFL football week. NFL football week 10 reaction. Bobby, what do you think, man? How do you feel about week 10 with Tampa Bay getting their little groove back? You had an overtime shootout with Buffalo and Minnesota. Justin Jefferson out there putting, stamps on people's foreheads. Detroit knocking off Chicago. Where you want to start off at?
Man, let's start with your dirty birds, man. You can start with Atlanta.
All right. I want to talk about this real quick, and I know there's a lot of Falcon fans out there, and I'm a home teamer. Everybody knows that. I'm Georgia, except for basketball. I never played it, so I'm a root for them, but I'm not going to go celebrate if they win the, championship.
Yeah.
But for the Falcons, there was a Arthur Smith released a statement. They did a little press conference, and he's standing by Marcus Mariota. Marcus Mariota is what he is. We're only going to get what we get out of him, as this is it. This is what you get out of Marcus Mariota when he was at Tennessee. This is what you're going to get out of him when he was with the Raiders. We're getting no more than what we can get out of him. This is it for him. Like, I don't understand. After watching how he played, he's been struggling for the whole season. Really, has been struggling. He hasn't really been lighting up the board. He hasn't really been shocking nobody. Yes, he's mobile, but even when he gets mobile, he makes mistakes. Like the first game against New Orleans, he fumbled the ball trying to get fancy with it.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm not going to say it's inconsistency. He's not the guy for the long-term run, which I can tell. And after watching this game, I can't really knock him 100% because the offensive line is still the same offensive line since Matt Ryan's been there. They cannot hold up no more than a second. They cannot hold up. It just can't.
Yeah.
And we don't have a true perimeter guy. We just traded away Ridley. We're counting on running backs to be wide receivers. We're counting on tight ends to be wide receivers. We're counting on a rookie that we just picked up. We picked up in the draft that had an injury coming in to try to step up. And we're asking our defense to do more than what they should be doing. And we traded half our talent that was on the defense. So I really feel this is going to continue to be a rebuild for the Falcons. It was an ugly loss against Carolina Panthers. It wasn't like we got beat soundly. Like, it was an ugly game. Like, it was 2 ugly teams trying to find out who was the ugliest. And clearly Atlanta just wasn't it. Like 25-15. What kind of score is that? Like,
yeah, man, it was an ugly game. It wasn't pretty. I think with Atlanta, it's interesting. Like I said, I think I talked about this on other podcasts, man. I think Kyle Pitts, I feel like he's being wasted. Because I see the potential, but I don't. But then, you guys made up a good point, when, look at the Falcons, but it's also like, the time is ticking though. I don't care how young you are. It is a such thing as called like momentum and slowing down somebody's progression. And, even if you put him, let's just say they decide to trade him, but they wasted 3 years of his life or 3 years of his life on the Falcons or whatever happens with him. I think you should be. I think you should always be trending upwards.
Yeah.
That could always be hard to bounce back with, especially with a player like Kyle Pitts. So I do think they're kind of wasting his talent. He doesn't. Marcus Mariota and him, they're not. He needs. Man. Him and Marcus Mariota. They just don't gel. They're not a gel. Yeah. They don't gel. I wouldn't say he needs a pocket passer, but I know that term is kind of loosely these days because there's a lot more hybrid quarterbacks now. That hybrid where it's running and throwing. I mean, more and more quarterbacks are doing that. Look at Josh Allen. I mean, he's considered a hybrid now because his butt takes off when he takes off. Patrick takes off. I mean, Herbert to a certain degree that will.
But Geno Smith.
I mean, like
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, like most of these quarterbacks are. You can say they're hybrids now. But I just think with the whole Falcons thing is a mess, man. Because you know what, all year they've been battling. Battling, and what's sad? I think the owner and the coach didn't have high expectations for this year.
Yeah.
And now they're battling for the division. I mean, the Bucs right now are at 500 and 5-5, and they're in control. But that doesn't mean nothing.
Yeah.
The Falcons can still pull it out. So I don't know, man. Mariota, obviously, he's a placeholder. He's not going to be there long term. They like you said, they're in the rebuild. Carolina didn't look any better. My boy PJ Walker didn't look good at all.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, look at the passing leader, Marcus Mariota with 186 yards.
Yeah, it just didn't look good, man. But
it was a sloppy game on both ends, and it just really came down to who can limit their mistakes, man. It's just, I don't know, man. Just watching this game, I was just like, and I remember sitting at the bar just watching. I was just like, what is this? Like, what are we putting on the field? Like, play callings, timeouts. It was just play calls, and when you watch, you can see the defense get depleted, 3 and outs, and then that pass that, like, what are you doing? It's like he's running, scrambling, and then he getting sacked, and then he's getting brought down to the ground. He still threw the ball. Like, this isn't college no more, man. That's what I'm saying. He's a college player in the NFL.
Yeah.
He should be doing what Stetson Bennett has done, which is, stay in college for another, 3 years. Come out when you're 25. He's probably one of those players that need to come out when he was 25 years old. Because I just think for Marcus Mariota coming out of college at the time he did was just too much for him. I just, and he hasn't lived up to nobody's expectations since coming out of college, since being drafted.
Yeah.
I mean?
I wholeheartedly agree with that. I mean, I think with the Carolina Panthers, I think everybody's kind of forgot about Mr. What they gave him, $19 million, Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
seeing ghosts. I mean, you got 3 quarterbacks to me that are well enough to hold the team down, but they even let go. What's name going now? Robbie Anderson. They traded him to the Cardinals.
Yeah.
So to me, this game was doomed to be a trash game. Both teams are stripped. The Panthers are stripped of basically their offense. To me, is next to nothing. Same with Atlanta, and their defense damn near no respectable. So and it's funny because I think we had a comment, man, about the Amazon games, like Jeff Bezos was ruined.
Oh yeah,
but it's not that, man. It's just the play is different this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be honest with you, man. Like, it's not even as exciting this year either. It's exciting to see other teams like Seattle, like Geno Smith, and be in contention. I mean, you see Justin Fields is playing better, which they should have had that game in Detroit, but we'll talk about it. But I don't know, man. It's a different vibe and feeling this year. I think Tom Brady, he said in the beginning, I think in week 3, and I think a lot of people were killing him because he's having a bad year. But he said it on his that Let's Go podcast he does every Monday. He says a lot of bad football being played across the league. And I see that. You can tell. So, and it's been consistent. So.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That division's gonna be up for grabs, man. The Buccaneers, and we can move on to the next game with Seattle and Tampa Bay. But the Buccaneers, they're at 500, and that's great. And Tom Brady, you know what? It's just not Tom Brady. It's the defense as well starting to come alive too. Because I watched that game too. I watched all these games. But I definitely watched that Tampa Bay game. They played. Hey, man. Shout out to Tom Brady, man. He's won he's undefeated in London, Germany, all international games they play. He's 3-0. I forgot the other country they played in. So
I think it was Mexico.
Mexico, there it is. Yep.
That's where he lost his jersey.
Yeah. That's gone. There you go.
Yeah.
But
go ahead. I want to give a shout out to Geno Smith. I know, they didn't win, but I mean, to be the passing leader, 275, says a lot about Geno Smith. I mean, because I think a lot of people counted him out. I don't think anybody expect Seattle to be doing what they were doing with Geno Smith.
Oh man!
So I don't know if we should give applause to Geno Smith or Pete Carroll or just both of them for meshing well.
Nah, Geno was having a resurgence, and I don't know. Hey, Pete Carroll takes steady shots at Russell Wilson every time. Yeah. He's heartbroken. I don't care what he says. He's heartbroken over that. He's in his feelings about that. Whatever. I just don't think he obviously the last 2 years it was strained between those two. But
yeah,
he keeps saying, "Hey, it's a system." Russell didn't believe in the system. Look what Geno's doing right now in the system. So I don't know, man. That's why that argument I think we had too. What is a system quarterback? Because I think every player in the NFL needs a system that's tailored to them.
Yeah.
So that's why Von Miller's been so successful. He can't just go to any team. He has to go to a team a scheme that fits him. And going to the Bills, that's a scheme that fits him. The Rams, scheme that fit him. So same with the quarterbacks, man. So I definitely shout out Geno. Geno's having a hell of a year. Man, I think the Tampa Bay, I'll say this, Seattle could have had it a couple of times. I know Geno, he threw that interception, I think. This game, what's his name was running wild? Rashad White. So, Rashad.
Yeah, Rashad.
Okay. I think on the TV they were saying Rashad, but nah, man, he was running wild, man. So he kind of had to go with Seattle defense. But another good game, man. We'll see. But Seattle's doing good too, man. I think me and you said that. I think it was. I can see Seattle taking this division.
Yeah, I think Seattle pretty much put themselves in a good position to take the division.
Yeah.
Because I don't really think there's anybody really left in that division to really challenge them per se. But I do think they're just in a good position to get further. I think San Francisco might be the only one because I'm looking at the division now, with the Rams. So we could just count the Rams out. I don't think, Matthew Stafford being out, I don't think it's going to be any big of a difference with him in or out.
Yeah.
Arizona Cardinals is looking like what we expect them to look like, So Cliff Kingsbury, I think he just need to count his days. Either he'll be gone next year or the year after, but he won't be there too much longer.
Yeah.
And then, you got San Francisco, which, I think San Francisco they're good. It just they need a real legitimate quarterback because they got all the weapons.
That's gonna be your thing.
And their defense is still a good defense. I mean, it's not no shutdown defense, but I mean, this is still the NFL, so you're not gonna really get too many shutdown defenses left. But I don't know. Seattle could take it. If Seattle really wants it, they could take it. I just don't see them going no further. They can take the division and then hopefully get the wild card. I just don't see them going no further after the wild card. I just don't see it. And they might get the wild card. It's this whole NFL is going to be iffy.
It is.
Yeah.
This is what maybe that's exciting. But I'm not. That's the crazy part. I don't. It's just me. Maybe it's me. I love it.
Because look at New York Giants. Who would have thought? We'll get to them, but who would have thought?
It's very, very competitive. And the teams that you think that are, not doing well or shouldn't do well. I mean, I feel like everybody's predictions is wrong across the board
Yeah.
for the season. There's no way in hell nobody saw the Giants do what the hell they doing.
Yeah.
I tell you one thing, and we'll get to that game with Jeff was on here, but I think Tua was looking like an accurate quarterback to me. He could be he would be in the MVP conversation if he wasn't out for those 2-3 games, but that boy is balling, So whew, give him a shot. Give him a shot. It's amazing about what a receiver, and not just a receiver, but just coaching.
Yeah.
Because I don't think what's his name, man? The previous coach, Brian, he didn't want him.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to it. So but yeah, that Seattle Tampa game. Go back to Seattle Tampa, man. I think Seattle and Tampa. I think they're gonna see each other again in the playoffs, man. So we'll see.
Yeah, Minnesota at Buffalo. Hey, this was a good game.
Yeah, it was.
That's what I'm saying. Justin Jefferson went off. Kirk Cousins looked elite.
I'm gonna tell you this, man. You know what? When I watched that game, I was like, damn, boy, I've been killing Kirk because I'm just not a fan. My thing with Kirk, though, this is my thing. I'm gonna hold pat to it too until he changes my mind. He doesn't show up in the playoffs, or in the playoffs are big games. He does this, and this is why he gets that guaranteed money. This is why they pay him. And they're like, this is what Kirk is doing. But when it comes to the playoffs or the big moment games, like a Monday Night Football or whatever it is, my man shrinks. So, but I'm gonna give him his credit. That last 2 quarters, he was dealing.
Yeah,
he was dealing. Like Buffalo's defense, they're the number one defense. Number one defense. He made them look like
amateurs,
man. So I will say this: if Justin Jefferson had that catch, though, man, game was over.
Yeah, the game was over. Yeah, the game would have been over. Justin Jefferson really has stepped up even more this year than what he did last year.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like Justin Jefferson is taking that mantle and owning it, because I don't think he really got enough respect last year. You know what I mean? Like even with everybody, even with with the Cheetah, you still had a lot of talent out there that was just still putting up. Amari Cooper had a good year last year when he was with the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So now you got Justin Jefferson. He's really he's cementing what he is, man. Like Minnesota had a good game this past Sunday. Like to take it to overtime and to do it the way they did it at Buffalo,
that was a game. They say everybody's saying game of the year.
That was game of the year.
193 yards. I mean, Kirk 357.
Dalvin Cook 119. Like they owned it. Like
they owned it. I mean, and then Josh, he gave it away too, though. He had that fumble in the end zone. They could. I mean, it's man, yeah. But Minnesota's gonna be a problem. They're gonna be a problem. But it's gonna come down to Kirk, though, man. It's gonna come down to him. If he can play like this, I give them Super Bowl chances. They like this, I give them Super Bowl chances.
As long as their run game shows up.
That's what I'm about to say. Dalvin Cook has to show up.
Yeah.
Because that's what helped. I mean, it took the pressure off Kirk.
Yeah.
And it took the pressure off, off some not the line, but took pressure off Kirk. So they I think they didn't really do any play actions though. I didn't see any play actions.
No, but I mean they did a lot of, because Dalvin Cook is good in the middle.
Yeah.
Sideline to sideline, that's just not really who he is. He can get to the edge and perimeter if you need him to, but if you ask him to start going up the middle, that's your guy.
Yeah.
And he can do it. And as long as he keeps doing what he's doing, he can catch some good balls in the backfield, get open. But they need Dalvin Cook to keep doing this and that. Especially if they get a chance to get to the playoffs, this is what they're going to need. This is the game that they're going to need to really play. So, congratulations to this game, but they got to show up like this in the playoffs. And I agree with you, man. If Dalvin Cook flops, if they can't get the run, I'm not going to say Dalvin Cook. If they can't get the run game going, you're gonna have this another Kirk Cousins when you're asking him to do more than what he's capable of doing.
Yeah. Yep.
Because Kirk Cousins isn't he's not a Josh Allen or what's the guy that Kansas City Chiefs down? I forgot his name already. Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, or Lamar Jackson. You asking them to put the team on their back and carry it. They can do that. So
Yep.
but good game, overtime, win by 3 points. I mean, which better way you want to end the game? That was a good one.
It was good game of the year so far.
Yeah. Yeah. Detroit at Chicago.
And I really
Hey, what do you think about Detroit?
Okay. I really wanted this for Justin Fields. He balled out. And not just with his passing, but that man wanted it. He was determined. I mean, that what was it, like a 60-yard run? That touchdown? Yeah. Detroit, man, I was wrong. But I rolled back that week 3. I was like, oh, Detroit, they a problem.
Yeah.
It's just their record doesn't reflect it, though.
Yeah.
They remind me of I can't even say, because I'm about to say the Falcons because they play hard.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you can say it because the Falcons have it. Yeah, it's just
you look at the schedule, you be like, oh, easy dub. And no, it's not. Mm-hmm. It's dub. Even though their record doesn't reflect it, they play hard. Like if you beat them, even if they lose, even if they only win 2 or 3 games this year, if you play them, you earn that win. It's not like an easy dub. So now Detroit, man, I love what I saw, but that's what I've seen all year. That's why I'm like, I was wrong about Detroit. They are not the dumpster fire that I thought they was in my predictions.
Oh yeah. I think we all was wrong because I mean we seen what Detroit gave us the past couple of years, but this year is different because their only 2 bad games they had was on the road at New England and at Cowboys. Yeah. And when they went to New England, they got blown out 29-0, and then when they had to play the Cowboys, they were blown out 24-6. Yeah. Those are the only 2 worst games that they had all season, with their record. But overall, I mean, they only lost by 4 to the Vikings. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Lost by 3 to the Eagles. This is the 8-1 Eagles or 9-1 Eagles.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like in the first game of the season, Eagles beat them 38-35. This is the 9-1 Eagles. So Detroit is fine. Like they definitely need a quarterback. There's no knock on Jared Goff. He is what he's doing for them right now. You know what I mean? I think he's going to continue to do what he needs to do for them. I don't think they're asking a lot from him, but congratulations to them for getting that win. How do you feel about Justin Fields being with Chicago, knowing what he's putting out on the field? Like he's putting a lot on the field.
Yeah.
Is he getting wasted? Like how like you say like Kyle Pitts. Is he going to be good after 3 or 4 years?
I believe in Justin Fields, and I don't know, man. It's tough to say because this new management, I think it's almost because the way they're painting it, and it's just the media, but the way they're painting it is that he's auditioning basically for this new management. Because Charles Nagy, well not Charles, but Matt Nagy, he was a part of that regime because he picked him. But this new ownership group or new GM or whatever hasn't really. They didn't pick him, but it doesn't mean they don't believe in him. So it was almost like every game. He's auditioning to prove to them that he is a franchise quarterback, which I think he is. You gotta give him some time, and you can see each game he's gotten better. He has. Now I do think they believe him because they got him Chase Claypool. Now I know he's not a game changer, but they got him a wide receiver. I think they're they are all in on him. By their actions to me. I think. It's game by game with them, because it's just not Justin Fields. His offensive line is not great. He doesn't have consistent wide receivers. I don't know who. I like the tight end, Emmett, or what's his name? Emmett. I like the tight end. I like their defense has been picked apart. They lost Quinn. They lost
Roquan.
I mean, so it's man, they're in rebuild and they're rebuilding with him. So I do think they believe in him. I believe in Justin Fields. I think he's going to be some I think he's going to be. I'm not. You know, it's kind of hard to grade him, man, because he's not Lamar. And I know a lot of people compare him to Michael Vick because he's getting the touchdown, he's rushing a lot, but I don't see that either. Arm strength, I see the arm there, but I don't see it completely all the way there.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. He's kind of like in the middle of like a Michael Vick, Lamar. I don't know. I don't know. He's his own. He's his own man. I don't know. He's a little different. So, but I believe in him. So I think the Bears do too. I take some time. It's gonna take some time. But what he's doing for Chicago though is he's bringing definitely excitement to the city because you know they haven't had a quarterback. Who's the last solid quarterback there? Jay Cutler?
Shit, man. Was he solid?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, hell, I would have took Rex Grossman over him any day. I like Rex Grossman. I remember Rex. So, but you know, I hate that he lost that game, man, because he was battling, man. He was battling. And I kind of felt like it was on him because they run a lot of RPOs because that's kind of that's his game. But again, I mean, you know, I know Lamar does that, but I think you got to be two-dimensional in this game. You know, figure it out. I think he has to use his arm a little bit more. But he needs help. He needs to receive. So he'll develop.
Well, let's ride. Let's ride.
Man, I'll tell you, everybody's been exposed this year that I didn't think. Russell Wilson, this guy. Man. You know what? You know he's played. I watched. I mean, I guess I watched most of his games, but he plays like he's scared. Like he doesn't even play with that same tenacity, that same like he doesn't even take off. Like it was a couple of times I'm like, oh, take off, Russ. He didn't even take off. He just stayed in the pocket, and either he went down, took the sack, or he just threw it, and then he would throw in it like coverage. You're like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
He doesn't play with that same tenacity, that same. I don't know, man. Something's missing. You know, he doesn't play like he's playing scared. You know, he I don't know. It's like he's hesitating. You know, he's like he's a step behind. I know Jay Judy got hurt that game, so I know he's out. He's probably out for a little while with his knee strain.
Yeah.
But Colin Sutton, right? Yeah. I think I forgot how many yards he had. But it wasn't a lot because he's not up there.
No.
But
their whole receiving, Sutton only had 66. Virgil had 66. I mean, I think for I don't know, man. Denver, I think this is one because I you know, when we did our prediction videos for each team, we had Denver up there to be like a big time winner.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I you know, and for what we see with Denver, man, it's like they're not meshing well. You know, the defense isn't clicking either. So it's not all on Russell. It's just the whole team just isn't clicking. I think the defense is doing their part to try to keep them in games. But you know, Russell, like you're saying, he's second guessing. Like he's like I think he's like you said, I think he's trying to prove that he could be a pocket quarterback.
Yeah.
And you don't have to. Like, what do you have to prove? Like you've proven enough at Seattle. You've brought a Super Bowl at Seattle. So you don't have to just play the damn game. And I don't think he's having fun. I don't think Russell Wilson is having fun playing the sport that he loves to play. You know, and the fact that they lost to Tennessee with Derrick Henry only having 53 rushing yards, and you still lose.
He just doesn't. He doesn't look the same. You're right. I don't know. I hate it.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say about Russell Wilson, but you know they signed him to that big ass contract, so they stuck with him.
They stuck. Hey, but shout out to Nick Westbrook, a Canadian, because he was a special teams player, and he worked up to become in the wide receiver depth chart. So, hey man, he showed out, and if he got any belief, and as far as the Titans and Babel, he definitely showed out, man. So hey, that's the type of hard work and dedication you like to see. Somebody that because his true position was a wide receiver, but just wasn't talented enough at the time.
Yeah,
that depth chart. So he worked his way up, man. But he showed out this game. I watched. He was toe tapping his butt into the end zone. So shout out to him. And hey, they could have had this game too, man. Man, Russell Wilson, and they're making Nathaniel Hackett look like he should have just stayed as offensive coordinator with the Packers. I just go back because I don't know what's going on. But hey, that's the season, man. I think with Denver's going to need another year. They're going to need another year to really get this thing fixed, get it gelled, figure out what's going on. I think maybe we just had high expectations because Russell Wilson, Nathaniel Hackett, and we looked at Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutherland. Mm-hmm. On the defense side, they got rid of Chubb. Chubb is not there.
So Chubb is not there no more. So
Satan is still there on the anchor. So I like Satan.
Yeah. But that's really it because the rusher that they got, what's the guy they picked up from the Dallas Cowboys? Because he hasn't really done nothing.
Gregory. Yeah,
Gregory. And I mean, it kind of lets you know that, was it Gregory that made that defense stand out a lot, or was it what's the kid that they got drafted from Penn State? The linebacker. He's all over the damn field for the Cowboys.
Parson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I just think, for Denver, if they're gonna, if there's a season that you can tank this one.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's year one. I mean, what are you gonna lose? You're not gonna lose nothing else. It's year one. Don't hurt nobody. Tank it, call it what it is. Everybody coming to the office. Hey, look, we're not going to really burn nobody out. We're going to, we're going to play to win games, but we're not going to do no crazy play calls because at this point, Russell was lost. And that's what I'm saying. And even with because Ryan Tannehill, I mean, he didn't shock. He's not going to scare nobody. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know, but shout out to Tennessee getting that 7-point win over Denver, struggling win. But let's move forward. Jacksonville going to Kansas City. I wish Jeff was on here because I know our predictions are completely different, but I could have swore my prediction is looking like my prediction is right for his season, right? Right now they're 3-7.
Yeah, about right.
Yeah. So look, I know what we're looking at. Like,
see, the thing is, man, and the game I watched. The thing I watch with your boy Goldilocks is he has flashes of potential of what he can do. Like it was a couple of drives. Like okay, all right, maybe I'm wrong, but then it's okay, I'm right. He ain't there. He's not it. Man. First of all. Patrick Mahomes
lit the defense up.
Lit him up. I don't know, man. Every game, it's just like he's just doing what the hell he wants to do. I mean, hey, I'll be honest with you too. Even though, okay, I'll put it like this, and I'm not comparing the two, but Tom Brady didn't have he doesn't have the caliber of receivers that Patrick Mahomes seems to get in all the time. They got Tony. They got Kadarius Toney now. They got Juju. They got Marquez Valdez Scantling. There we go. Ooh, that's something.
Yeah. Miko Harmon.
I'm just saying these wide receivers, they're not like average. They are. I mean, with the Packers, Scantling was putting up numbers. Yeah. Juju, he's falling off, but he's still respectable. Hartman is still a good wide receiver. And then you got Tony. He was good with the Giants. They got too much going on over there. So, but what I do like about with Mahomes, man, hey, he passes it around. He shares that love though. Yeah. Everything in the rock, So, but nah, man.
Forgot about Travis Kelce.
I didn't mention him on purpose because he's so good. Like he is Tom Brady's Gronk. When all else fails, throw it to Kelce. Just throw it to him.
Yeah.
He'll get it.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's his fail safe, So because he's automatic, Kelce's automatic. So, but nah, man. I don't know if we need to even cover too much, man. Patrick Mahomes.
No. Patrick Mahomes took over, man. I mean, the man was nasty, but it's just I think everybody knew it was going to be a loss, especially with Jacksonville having to travel to Kansas City. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, just go back, lick your wounds, and start over. Cleveland at Miami. Miami, look, you got to give it to Miami, man. There are a legitimate team for the playoffs. I give it to you, man. Your prediction was was on point. Your prediction was on point because I didn't get to watch this game, but I did pull him up. Like Tua, look, man, this man went 25 for 32, 285 yards, 8.9. Might well just say 9 yards. He averaged 9 yards passing with 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Yeah.
What's up, Jeff? Welcome on board, Jeff. But so we covering Cleveland at Miami, and
what's going on, y'all?
Hey, what's up? Tua's looking like what you thought he wasn't going to look like. So what you think?
Nah, Tua actually doing good, man. Tua's in. Hold on, y'all can hear me?
Oh man,
I'm good.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on?
All right, well.
Hold on.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah. But as Jeff gets that taken care of. But like I was saying, Miami cooked Cleveland. I just gonna call it for what it is.
Yeah, they did.
They cooked them.
Yeah, and see, Miami, man, like the thing with Miami, Jalen Waddle was a monster last year. He put on a great rookie campaign, and then adding Tyreek Hill. I mean, I'm a fan of Gesicki, even though he hasn't really, his numbers don't show what I think he can do. But you still got to respect him. Offensive line they're playing, they're balling, which is I think it's not getting talked about enough. Is their offensive line and the defense, man? They picked up Chubb, man. I mean, they're just an all around team to me, man. Like they really have a shot, man. And then, again, I'm not saying he's the answer, not yet, but it just seems like they finally got a solid quarterback since Dan Marino, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Dude is accurate, man. I don't give. He might not have the biggest arm, but how big of an arm do you need when you're going 100 yards up and down? How big of a yard do you need? You just need to be accurate. You need to make you make the right decision, and you throwing touchdown passes. What else do you need, man? That whole big arm thing and all that, like when you're a quarterback, it just never really made 100% sense to me.
Yo.
All right. He's back.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's good, right? Ain't no lag, is it?
I can't really tell.
Yeah, we're about to find out. So, Houston at New York. How we feel about New York?
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. But you just lagging.
It's tripping.
All right.
Yeah. Technical difficulties, major technical difficulties. But let's keep this thing rolling. So Houston at New York. You know what I think I want to say. Jeff had a good point about Davis Mills.
Yeah, he do. He does. No, Davis Mills is balling. He's balling. Well, let me not say balling. He's playing.
You ain't gonna give him that credit.
You tone that down. Let me tone. But that's why I was kind of like, I don't understand why Jeff didn't have that in the prediction video. Like he didn't respect him. I'm like, man, I've been watching Mills. Mills has been respectable. Like I'm like, damn, I talk about Mills.
Yeah,
he was right about him. So, hey, shout out to Saquon, man. Saquon, hey, I thought he was done. I'm like, he's back. He's back.
Yeah, he's back. He's not playing like Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Ezekiel Elliott, when he got injured and you just knew it, and then he was out. And he has not been the same since then. Saquon Barkley is playing like he's here to prove something. Like he's trying to prove something.
Yeah, he is. He is. Nah. Yeah. So shout out to Saquon, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
So let me ask you this: with New York winning and beating Houston the way they did, how do we feel about New York for the division for the Giants? Do you think they can knock off the Eagles?
They're not defeating no more. But
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but I think that division, man, anybody can take it. You know, I think they could. I mean, it's gonna come down to 3 races between those two. I really do. I mean, 2 teams. I tell you, there's 2 teams out of that division.
Well, it's not just those 2 neither. You forget about the Cowboys.
Huh?
Y'all forget about the Cowboys?
No, we talk about the division.
About the Cowboys? You see the record, right? Yeah, that division has the Cowboys in it.
I know, man. I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. I think
y'all forget
2 teams from that division don't go to the playoffs.
Yeah. I think 3 teams has a possibility of going to the playoffs in that division.
That's a good point. All right, yeah, that's a good point.
I don't think so, but wishful thinking.
Right now, the NFC East looking strong. They looking like the AFC East. But like I was telling y'all before, I got off I had some technical difficulties. Tua's looking like an MVP quarterback.
Wow, Jeff. Everybody give him a round of applause. Everybody give him a round of applause.
I admit when I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? Just like y'all don't never admit when y'all was wrong about the Cowboys.
No, I admit it. I was wrong. I wasn't wrong about that.
The Cowboys.
I wasn't wrong about that. Cooper Rush, he needs to be the quarterback.
Oh no, Dak is trash. No, Dak is trash.
Yeah,
trash.
No. Yeah. Dak is trash. I agree with you with that.
But hey, I'm gonna tell you what. We'll get down to that game.
No, Dak is trash, bro.
We'll get down to that game. We'll get down to it. I definitely want to talk about them Cowboys. But who's next? New Orleans and Pittsburgh.
Hey, call New Orleans up. They're done. Let's just hang the phone up on them.
Right. God damn. And it's because, bro, I had them like I respected the hell out of the defense. Like, what's going on? The only highlight, and I said this when they drafted him, Chris Olave, he is the only bright highlight on their team. That's it. That is it. Everybody else, nah. The boy they drafted.
Yeah, we all was wrong about the same.
All was wrong, bro. I was wrong. All was wrong. But I love.
Yeah, I just want y'all to admit though, I told y'all about them Vikings.
I think we all agreed about the Vikings.
No, I didn't. I was not big on Kirk. I wasn't big on Kirk. That's why. But yeah, we talked about that. We'll see. Hey, Jeff,
Kirk balling, man.
But this is why he gets that money though. He got ball when it matters. Is he gonna ball when it matters? Okay.
There's a major lag.
I don't know. I don't think he's gonna ball when it matters, dog.
I don't know, man. I think you might get that jump back. You get the jump back.
But let's keep it rolling. So we're done. We're done with New Orleans. Shout out to Pittsburgh. First, give Pitt their congratulations. They beat up on a pretty much depleted team. They got Kyle Pitts out here. I mean, Kenny Pickett looking elite for his first year, but Indianapolis beating the Las Vegas Raiders. I think this is one of the biggest disappointments of any team in the league right now. It has to be the Raiders. I don't care what nobody. It has to be the Raiders. It has to be from what they did last year to what they're doing this year with the addition of Adams. Come on, man. That's Derek Carr about to make me take down that video.
Oh.
Yeah, dog, boy.
Oh boy, we need to. Can I bring that up and screen to screen?
Man, because I mean,
oh boy, I was like, I don't see it. I'm not saying I've always respected this quarterback. I just don't see no Hall of Fame. Hey, I don't know what it is with them. Like I watched that game too. I don't know, like because it's not like he's playing horrible. He's not playing great. Devontae is not playing horrible. He's not playing great. I don't know what it is, man. I can't really put my finger on what's going on with the Raiders, But he talked about it.
He got emotional about it.
Got emotional, and he basically called out some of his teammates. Like some people are really here to care, and some people really don't care. Some people here are not really all in for like that.
Yeah.
So there's something going on in the organization with the players and maybe the coaches. I know the owner came out and reassured Josh McDaniel's job that he's doing a fantastic job. So
yeah,
I don't know what that means these days. I mean, hell, he can be fired next week. So,
but even when you pull up their record, man, like I'm looking at their record, like first game of the season, 19-24 against the Chargers. Then they went to overtime with the Cardinals and lost that one, and then they lose to the Titans by 2 points. Then they beat the Broncos, which everybody's beating up on the Broncos, and then they lose to the Chiefs by 1 point. You see, and then they beat the Texans. Okay, it's just they kind of remind me of who the other team that we said that had a lot of like Detroit Lions.
Yeah,
it's like the Detroit Lions. Like the expectations were different. Like the Detroit Lions, we didn't expect them to play the way that they're playing. Like the level that they're playing is like, damn, they should have won more games. Same thing with the Raiders. Like with the Raiders, the way they're playing and with all the talent they have is like, like the games that they lost, they shouldn't have lost. Like they should have beat the Saints. They should have beat the Jaguars. They should have beat the Colts. They should have beat the Raiders. You know what I mean? Like so right now, their record should be flipped. It shouldn't be no, whatever it is, 2-7. It should be flipped. It should be 7-2.
Yeah.
So
and that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
And so with Derek Carr getting emotional about it, what he's, he got his heart bit by bought into it, and then Devontae Adams doing this thing, and then you got Jonathan Taylor, running up and down the field. They got him looking like he's, 2021 Jonathan Taylor. So that's just like you said, something's really wrong with that organization. Maybe they're tanking it on purpose. Maybe somebody done got bought out and said, "Hey, do this intentionally." I don't know, hell, but
they reinserted your boy Matty Ice into it. Yeah, so that Ryan, he looked pretty good too. He looked pretty good. He, you know what? He looked like the quarterback that the reason why they brought him in. He can make good decisions. He's still a good quarterback, but he's supposed to heavily rely on that rushing game.
Yes, and you see it, right? That's what I was about to say. Like,
I mean, if they get this is why I had them pick high, because I'm like, if Jonathan Taylor running like that, and you got a quarterback like Matt Ryan that makes great decisions with that O-line, they should be contenders. If they play like that, they'll be fine. But you see, I guess it kind of gave you a glimpse into, what they could be, and that's why they brought Matt Ryan back.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm. What you think, Jeff? Oh man. Yeah, we got some definitely some technical difficulties. Real quick, so Dallas against Green Bay. Dallas should have won this game. What do you think?
Yeah. Where was that top defense at? Where was that top defense at? Where was that? Where was the top defense at? Where was Micah? But you know what? I watched the game too, man. They had Micah playing He wasn't playing the edge rusher a lot. He was more of an outside linebacker.
Drop zone, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think that's his position at all. I think he should have had him as an edge rusher. He looked. They had him, not guessing, but they had him. Well, when you play that position, you got to cover a lot. A lot more thinking that goes into it as far as rushing the damn quarterback. But they couldn't stop the run game, man. Hey, Aaron Rodgers at halftime had 10 pass attempts at halftime. 10. MVP the last 2 years. 10 pass attempts. So, hey, great scouting. They knew that the Dallas Cowboys struggled against the run, and they stuck to it. Even when they were down by 14, they still stuck with the run game. And Aaron Jones put on a show, 138 yards. Dak Prescott. Oh my God. The 2 interceptions that he threw that I saw, I was like, what are you doing? He just, I don't know, man. It's like you want to like him, but you want to like him as a quarterback, but I've never believed him.
That's why I said, Dallas should have won this game, but Dak Prescott, he always costs them game. Last year, he cost them that chance to go to the playoffs. He will cost them some games. And I don't really know what to say about that for Dak Prescott. I don't know if keeping him as a starting quarterback is the best move, but I mean, they're paying him all that money. You might as well play him.
You got to. You pay. You can franchise. They got him. But he's making all that money. Jones is not happy about it. But I mean, you gotta play him. You gotta be a quarterback. Now I think Dallas should have had that game. 3 games from 5-game losing streak. They didn't do anything impressive to me. There was a couple of throws that Aaron Rodgers to a rookie. He's fast too. He doesn't have the best hands. His biggest thing is he drops the ball a lot. He dropped the ball again. I think Dallas should have had this game. But hey, Aaron Rodgers, he owns the Cowboys, man. He owns the Cowboys. It's more. I think more at this point. It's more psychological at this point.
Yeah.
Dallas should have had that game, man. They should have had that game. So, that show me. I just said, man, they're gonna have problems if that's. And you know what? The other part of it too is they gave a scouting report on how to beat them. Run the ball. So I mean, because they should have won that game. And then force Dak to make turnovers. He'll be fine. Yeah. I think that scouting report's been out for years, but yeah, man.
I would say I wouldn't count Dallas in. I mean, I know Jeff said that he can feel as you can get 3 of them in, which I can see it. But playing like this, I mean, this is to get them all in. They should have won this game.
Yeah,
you're gonna need some major momentum because we only got 7 more games left, 6 for other teams. So now it's really getting down to all right, we need to start winning some games if we want to make the playoffs, if we want to make get over the wild card at least. But shout out to Green Bay, shout out to Aaron Rodgers doing their thing. Aaron Jones looked like he was back. CeeDee Lamb finally started getting his sticky fingers going on. But we'll see. Los Angeles, Arizona at Los Angeles. Look, to be the reigning champs, this reigning Super Bowl champs, just to come out and put this product on the field, I don't know what to say, but however they spent their money last year, they should have been doing it this year.
Yeah.
Because they didn't spend their money right. Like for Arizona, Colt McCoy.
Yeah.
Man.
We had 2 backup quarterbacks playing against each other. It wasn't really an exciting game to me or exciting game to me. I don't know, man. The Rams have been disappointed all season. I can't believe they just fallen. I mean, I about Super Bowl hangovers, but damn, they're taking it to another level. Hangovers. I mean, they don't. You know what it is? They don't even look like they want to be out there. They don't even look like they want to play. They're not even being competitive. Like it just Jalen Ramsey, what is going on? Aaron Donald, like I'll tell you what, Aaron Donald, this could be your last year being in the 99 squad. You will not be 99.
Yeah.
This is it. Yeah. Like what is? I forgot.
And he just might retire.
He might retire. And I think I think he had the paperwork in. I don't think he wants to play. I don't think he doesn't even look like he wants to play.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to me because he's such a terror. Like but it's just for some people, man, you get that one championship, get the money, but good. You just want to live life, and I can respect that. But he is playing. He's like, I'm done. I was done last year. I only came back because I tried to hold my word. So I think he's gonna be out of there, man, because he's playing like he doesn't be there.
Yeah, he's not even playing no more. I think even Jalen Ramsey is not even playing. Like Jalen Ramsey isn't playing lockdown corner like he once was. He's playing a lot of off zone. I just think, I think for them, they've been doing it for so long. Finally got that national championship. I mean, that Super Bowl for them is like, it was like a relief of fresh air. It was like whew, and blue. And then they come out thinking they're gonna do the same thing, and everybody was gunning for them. And I just think Sean McVay should have did a better job of prepping them in the offseason. He should have got them feeling as if, hey, look, everybody wants to beat us, and at this point, everybody is beating them.
Yeah.
Like their only wins is one against the Falcons, and then I can't even find the other win. And against the Panthers. So it was the Falcons, the Panthers, and then I can't remember. Don't even know the other one. Oh, the Cardinals. So they just went 1-1 with the Cardinals. So and they barely beat the Cardinals, and that was a boring game, 20-12 when they beat the Cardinals. So you should have lost to the Cardinals. So I don't know, man. For the Rams, what they're putting on the field and the way they dived in and the way they want to play is just not playing. They're not playing at all. And they lose to a DeAndre Hopkins who wanted to put up 98 yards catching. So and they got James Conner out here looking like he was James Conner at Pittsburgh. It's just I don't know, man. I give up on the Rams, man. I think a lot of people thought they were gonna at least make the wild card for their this year. At this point they're gonna be number 4 pick at their rate. So and then the last game that was on one more game, but last game for Sunday. You got the Los Angeles Chargers against the 49ers. Let me ask you this question, Bobby. Do you feel as if the Chargers, this is a disappointing season for them?
I do, man. Again, another team like the Raiders. And that whole division, there must be some voodoo going on. Like that whole division, like what's going on? I don't get what's going on. The Raiders, the Chargers, the Broncos, but no, definitely, man.
Chargers got injuries.
I was about to say that. Keenan Allen's been out all year.
Jason so I don't think that the Chargers.
Go ahead.
Oh, you good?
Oh yeah, I don't think the Chargers have any issues. I think the problem is that injuries killed them. They lost Joey Bosa, they lost Keenan Allen, and then the players that Justin Herbert got to work with is pretty much the second and third tier. So you pretty much you still got Austin Eckler, you know what I'm saying, but he's only one guy. You need, like I said, you need a football team to shine, and I think that's one of those situations that. It's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? There's something that he don't even look the same as far as he can complete the passes and get the job done, but at the same time, it's like you dealing with you don't have Mike Williams consistently. You don't have Keenan out. You haven't had Keenan Allen all year, so right now it's pretty much a wash.
So that goes back to my question. Do you think it's a disappointing season for him? I mean, granted, injuries, but would you count this as a disappointing season or just a wash?
I think it's a wash. I mean, you can't really say it's disappointing because injuries happen. This is football. You know, you can only help who's healthy and who's not healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, you need 52 men to complete the job. And whoever's on that defense starting, whoever's on that offense starting. If you don't have the best players, then you can't complete the job.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. With the Baltimore Ravens first in their division, and they don't have the same kind of weapons. They got second and third string tier playing at wide receiver.
Well, first of all, you got Lamar Jackson. I think y'all forget about that.
Nobody knocked. Nobody.
Then,
slow down, little cowboy.
I know. I'm just saying.
I'm not taking Lamar Jackson out of this.
You got Lamar Jackson at quarterback. Okay. They just got Raekwon Smith. Then you have a defense that's actually balling out. I think Justin Houston just recorded almost 3 sacks on the past Monday night game against the Saints. Yeah. You got to understand, like their team is gelled together, and you have coaching, which is John Harbaugh. You don't have the same kind of coaching in the Chargers, as a prestige as the Ravens.
But the same granted, like I said, last year though.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, did they go to the playoffs last year?
No, but they was on the door knocking.
Nah, man, there's no such thing as on the door knocking. You either make it, you don't.
Okay. Smell it. They sniffed it.
Man, I believe if you in, you in. If you ain't, fuck it.
Okay. But this is my thing. That's why I said that's my question is it disappointing as a watch? You say it's a watch. I feel as it's a disappointment. Like, yes, you get injuries. Injuries happen. That's football. It's nothing you can do to stop that. Same, you can't stop an injury, but it happens. This is a contact sport. I just think it's all about, how we turn it around and how you keep moving forward.
It's nothing you could turn around if you ain't got the type of play. You understand that division, bro. You got the Broncos. You got
Broncos is terrible.
Broncos is not terrible, bro. They just a piece or two from actually being a contender. You got the Chiefs in that division.
Okay, so we're talking about right now. So do you think because I don't want to get off topic, we're just doing a reaction, but you're saying that the Broncos are a piece or two away from being contenders, but we're talking about 2022 Broncos. So are there, because a piece or two meaning they're great and elite. Are they great and elite right now?
No.
Okay, so they're trash.
Is it who's a great and elite team this year, bro?
Well, I'm not. Well, hell.
No. You said that.
I guess the Eagles will be,
but nobody looks great in the league. The only team that looks clear cut, and especially at home, is the fucking Chiefs. But besides that,
and the
Eagles, they don't. Again, they didn't play the top tier talent. They haven't been playing anybody. I've been telling people that the Eagles ain't really who they is if they ain't even playing nobody.
Well, you got so much bass in your voice, Joe. What's going on, man?
You can't hear me now?
Yeah. No, I hear you.
No, but the Eagles ain't played nobody.
I hear you, dog.
Who the fuck they played? No, give me a 500 team they played besides the Cowboys. Who they played? You sounding crazy, bro. You talking about disappointment. Disappointment is when you got all your team, you got all your players on your team, they perform, but it's still lacking, just like the fucking Jaguars. That's a disappointment.
No, that's predictable.
No, that's not predictable because all our games this year has been either, except the Chiefs, has been only lost by one score or better. So don't give me that. That's a disappointment.
Okay, so Vegas got a disappointment. But was that predictable?
See, I want to talk about pure like football right now. You know what I'm saying? You talking about Vegas. I'm talking about football with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking facts. The facts is Jaguars been losing by one score each and every game. Each and every game, bro.
Clearly something else happened for the Jaguars because you're tight. You're tight about them Jaguars, buddy.
Yeah, I'm tight. I'm tight. I can't wait to talk about them.
Well, we've already talked about Jaguars have already been talked about, so you missed out on that cupcake. You Jaguars, we talking about the Jaguars. We're about to
First of all, y'all
Los
talked about
Angeles.
the teams that y'all talked about. I wasn't on. For example, y'all talked about the damn Cowboys. Like the Cowboys was trash. Hold on, man. I heard about that. Oh, they're not going to make it because they can't make the cut. Bro, are you serious? They've been making the damn playoffs the last 3 or 4 years.
I said
I heard exactly what you said. You said, I quote, you said that it's going to be hard for a 3-team NFC East team, especially the Cowboys. Hard. First of all, the Giants ain't clear cut. Are you serious?
Okay. I've never said. Look, I've never said the Giants is a clear cut. I'm saying it's going to be hard for a 3-team team from the NFC.
And no, it's not. It happened in the NFC South.
Jeff,
Adrian.
It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. I'm not saying that it won't happen. Relax, Jeff. Calm down.
I'm just talking football. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, we're talking. Well, who doesn't? But what I'm saying is, it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. I'm not saying that it can't happen. Washington beat Philadelphia in Philly. Hey, like that one. How we feel about that? Anybody get to watch it?
Yeah.
I watched it last night. Like I said, man, I told you what it was. You know what I'm saying? I like Jalen Hurts. I told you I do. You know what I'm saying? But they haven't played nobody. They haven't. Every team they've been beating has been under 500.
All right. So
they're not New England Patriots, man. You really thought they were going
Vikings? So the Vikings, you don't think the Vikings worth anything?
Oh hell yeah, the Vikings are worth. Bro, I told you this from the prediction video.
They beat the Vikings. They beat the Vikings.
You know how it is for Kirk Cousins for Monday Night Football.
Oh,
in prime time.
We all agree on that. We all agree on that. We all agree on that, right? Bobby already made that clear. Bobby pointed that out. So we are expecting. So we know we're going to get out of Kirk.
Prime time, Kirk. You're not going to get nothing out of nothing. Just what it is, dog. You can do all the little dancing with the chains and everything, but you ain't gonna get nothing with the prime time, Kirk. But I ain't gonna lie. Sunday at 1, Sunday at 4, you gonna get the best Kirk you gonna get. Boy, you see, they beat them Buffalo Bills, but I think Josh Allen still. I think he hurt though.
Yeah, he's not 100%. That what is it? That UDL or whatever UCL?
Yeah, UDL. Yeah, I don't think it's the same. I think something's going on.
The Philly and Washington game, yeah, I watched it. Washington was. Hey, you got to give up a Taylor Heineke.
Yeah.
No.
I got mixed signals.
I'm not jumping on that train right now.
I'm not neither, because think about it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah. He's a winner for some. All those guys love to play for him, but it's just funny to me though. Like,
leader,
how is he winning? You know what
I'm saying? hey, he's a leader, and you know what?
Hey.
They keep trying to put him out. I forgot. Is it Carson Wentz? Right? Carson Wentz is there. Yeah. And they keep trying to, you know what it is? Sometimes you got to go with the actual play and not the name. Carson Wentz has not been playing well for the past couple of years. But they went with the name because of what he can do and where he probably was drafted at. But Taylor Heineke, he fits that team. He's a winner. He's been a winner for that team for the past 2 years now. Even when he went up against Brady in the playoffs that year. I mean, he almost took Brady out in the wild card. Played his butt out. So, I mean, with the Buccaneers, man. So, man, you got to give it up to him, man. And then Brian Robinson Jr., shout out to him, too. So, I mean.
So you're telling me you're jumping on the train?
I'm not jumping on it, but I just need more respect. Oh, okay. There's just some players for certain organizations. And I think he is that guy for them. They need to, okay, we're putting, like what the Eagles are doing for Jalen Hurts, they need to kind of put the cash in your chips. Cash it in now. Move forward with him. Just ride or die. Whatever happens, happens.
So why haven't they done it? So why hasn't Washington? So why did Washington go out and get Carson Wentz?
Because he don't look believable, bro, at quarterback. Taylor Heineke don't look. When you look at Taylor Heineke, do you really think he looks like a starting quarterback to you?
That's the problem. The look,
metrics wise, no.
No, but you got to go.
But he's a winner, though.
Yeah,
he's a winner, and you got see. That's what I said. I just said that they are going off the name. Carson Wentz was the name, what he used to be. But instead of going by what somebody's done for your organization,
but
this is classic work.
I think we put a lot of disrespect on Carson Wentz's name too, because before he got injured, he was still top 5 QBs in the you know what I'm saying, with the yardage and touchdowns and stuff. So I mean, come on, bro. We can't just sit here and say he pure garbage.
I'm not saying.
Yeah, but he's injury prone, and I think this is something that even Bobby, even you even pointed out, Jeff.
I did. He's
injury prone. Y'all both pointed it out when we did the prediction videos on. I forgot who it was, but we talked about like how, Carson Wentz, metrics, stats, he has it. The problem is he's injury prone. He's always getting injured. When he was at Philly, injury. He lost his starting job to Nick Foles. So. I don't
won a Super Bowl too.
Yeah, and he got traded that following year.
Well, he didn't get traded. He left in free agency.
Yeah.
He came to the Jaguars and stunk it up.
Yeah, anybody goes there,
but just to speak, I just want to speak on the NFL entirely as of right now. Like, there's been some questionable calls, some questionable, you know what I'm saying, like, stuff that been going on. Like, for example, last night they called a roughing the passer on Taylor Heineke. When he was sliding, he clearly was a sack, but they called a roughing the passer call that set up for another score. That I think that's another. I think these refs, either they fixing these games. This shit ain't looking good though. You know what I'm saying? For example, with Justin Fields the other day against Miami last week. There's clearly Detroit. No. I know he played Detroit this week, but I'm talking about last week. I'm talking about with Claypool. That was clearly a pass interference. They didn't call that shit. Then that caused the Bears to lose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you got I told you when Patrick Mahomes play in Kansas City. It's like the fucking refs goes crazy. That Monday, that Sunday night game with Tennessee was ridiculous. Like, they clearly lost that game, but they fucking rigged it so they can fucking win. Then that bullshit pass interference call on Kelsey when all he did was throw his hands up in the air and nobody touched him, and they called it. Then he took off his, mind you, same shit happened to DJ Moore. When he took his helmet off, they called a taunting, whatever they said, unnecessary roughness, whatever they said. They got 15 yards, caused them to lose the game against Atlanta. This motherfucker, Kelsey, took off his helmet. They didn't call shit. The fix is in Kansas City. I'm so sick and tired of fucking Patrick Mahomes. I can't deal with him, bro.
Is it because he blew out the Jaguars? Or you just don't like him?
I just don't like Patrick Mahomes, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't talk shit because y'all lost to the Panthers. Bad.
I just asked a simple question.
Nah, I didn't like how you said you blew out the Jaguars. I think that's an understatement. You shouldn't have said it like that, bro.
How you want me to say it?
Nah, bro. Y'all put too much emphasis on us getting beat. You know what I'm saying? That was our worst loss all year. And it's against them.
3-7.
I ain't got nothing to say, dog. I ain't got nothing to say, man.
All right.
Yeah, you just came in hot, bro. Like, I couldn't ride the wave. Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey,
I came in hot, man.
Yeah,
I was trying to.
you.
I was trying to, man, because y'all was talking crazy, man. I was listening, and I was like, hold on, if my damn internet can start acting straight, let me get this shit out, please. You know what I'm saying?
In 90 seconds, you got everything you need to get out. I'm like, damn.
He got it out, boy.
Oh man, but yeah, man.
All right,
man,
and then
is it cold where y'all at yet, man?
it's we're in the South, so it's up and down.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm getting in South Carolina, but Thursday night football is the last one for Thursday night football. Was that week 11? We'll crank it up. What the hell?
We about to go to, okay, we're doing the predictions for the week.
No, we're just Thursday night football.
Okay.
Yeah. Tennessee at Green Bay.
I got Green Bay. They don't look good this year. They don't look good this year, but I got Green Bay.
Let me ask you this. Okay. Which, are you taking Green Bay because it's at home, or are you taking them because of Aaron Rodgers?
I'm taking Green Bay because they're at
both.
home in Lambeau Field, and it's cold as fuck right now.
Okay, I give you that. But after seeing what we see on the field and that close win that they barely got out, because Bobby and I both agree. I feel as if Dallas should have won that game. I think
they cheated.
Prescott.
That's another thing with the refs.
Well, remember that did throw 2 interceptions.
Cheat.
CD Lamb did drop some passes.
Hey,
whoa. CD Lamb balled. You can't.
Okay, he balled. I give him that. But I mean, did he not drop a pass?
I mean, shit happens, bro. Nobody perfect, but if you don't catch, I mean, think about it. You know what I'm saying? You
not every game is rigged. Not every game is rigged,
bro. I'm not saying every game is rigged, but I'm telling you,
that game wasn't rigged. 2 interceptions.
So, all right, I'm done, bro.
Okay, I'm just saying 2 interceptions.
Let's talk about Thursday night football, bro.
Okay.
I want to put an APB out. Can I put an APB out?
Go ahead.
I like to put an APB out on Lenny. Len, where you at? And he a Cowboys fan? Where he at?
Hey, man, y'all want to put him back on? You can bring it back on.
Come back on the podcast? Because, I mean, I know he was talking a lot about them Cowboys.
I mean, they winning. They still got a winning record.
Hopefully, what we'll do is we'll edit this.
What is this? And they 63?
Yeah.
We will edit this clip, and we need to put an APB out. We invite you on the next show. We need to talk about your Cowboys. We got your one half.
I put the word out.
Yeah, because I don't know how, Jeff, you're defending that performance. Because it wasn't just Dak Prescott. It was also the defense. Where was their defense? Where was their defense? They got ran up all now. It was a run party.
Well, remember, the game is rigged. The game is rigged.
I was playing because it was nothing but yards.
The game is rigged. Let Jeff tell it, the game is rigged.
The NFL has been rigged a little bit, man.
Man, come on,
you
man.
can sit here and act like. See, I watch games, bro, and I call out shit when I see it.
Okay.
Y'all, you can sit here and say, because I don't watch highlights, bro. I watch the game. You know what I'm saying? The game.
The only thing I know in the world is that Jeff is the only one that watched the games. Nobody else watched the games. Jeff has only the access to the cable.
No, you watch. Let's keep it above. You watch the college football games. You watch those games. Okay. You don't watch the NFL games.
Okie dokie.
You know what I'm saying? I watch those games. Man, that's why I know how Tua is balling. Because I've been watching Tua.
Okay, where's the camera in my house? Because you got it in my house. I need to know where it's at. Somehow you got it here. That's all I need to know. Somehow you got it here. So just tell me where it's at. But if you say so, the game is rigged, and Dak Prescott 2 interceptions. The 100 yards.
I never said every game is rigged, bro. But yes, I'm just calling out the questionable calls that the refs calling. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. So Kansas City Chiefs, rigged. Tampa Bay, rigged. Cowboys losing, rigged. Philadelphia, subpar winning, rigged because they only get to play under 500 teams. That's how they schedule their games.
All right.
Aluminum foil hat.
Oh, so I'm not right about Philadelphia.
I mean, look, you can't.
Hey, do me a favor, Bobby. No. Before the Thursday night football shit, pull up Philadelphia right quick. Pull up their schedule. Since I'm tripping.
Jeff, nobody said you was wrong. Well, I never said you was wrong.
You just said this, bro. I'm just wanting to defend my stuff.
No, I didn't say you was wrong.
No, bro. I mean, you said the little tinfoil hat and everything. Let's go ahead and
because you about to go into a conspiracy.
No, let's go.
They scheduled this like this so Philadelphia can start off.
Detroit losing team. Minnesota's the only winning team on there. That's the only one they got, and that's on their only loss. Washington losing team. Jacksonville's a losing team. Arizona's a losing team. Dallas is another above 500 team. Pittsburgh is a losing team. Houston is a losing team. Am I lying or what? The only above 500 is the Vikings and the Cowboys.
They can't help their schedule, man. This is what you're supposed to do with your schedule.
Man, bro. I'm just saying the schedule is in their favor. That's all I'm saying.
How will they predict the schedule? The schedule was set up. Nobody knew the schedule until the NFL released it.
I got you, dog.
No, Bobby, did you know the schedule until they released it?
Okie.
Who would have known? Who would have known? Like, let's be serious. Like, okay, Detroit, easy pick. All right. Washington, Washington, Jaguars, easy pick. Arizona, we threw that out there. Pitt, it was kind of all right. We don't know, maybe a good defense. Houston, all right, they don't have nothing. Easy pick. Like nobody really just predicted, a whole bunch of stuff. What I'm saying is that they're doing what they're supposed to do. If these are the games they're supposed to win them. That's all I'm saying. They beat Dallas and they beat the Vikings. They did what they're supposed to do. And they lose one game and, now they lose another game. Now they lose to the Colts. All right, now we're talking something. But if they don't lose to the Colts, they come back and run and beat the Colts, and then they beat the Green Bay Packers, then what? That's all I'm saying.
I'm not saying that you're wrong, but at the same time, I just feel like you just dismissed everything I said. Then you said put on a tinfoil hat. I took offense to that, bro.
Well, I mean, you get the conspiracy thinking real quick, man.
I mean, I'm just calling what I'm seeing because I told you I watch games. That's very important.
Yeah. Jeff, nobody's saying that games aren't rigged. Like it's all like everybody knows that. I mean, they've been
Vegas is in, bro.
What they've been rigging games since Boston College back in the late 60s.
Why do you think Brady got 7 championships, bro?
Man, look, it's the sport. Not every game is rigged, but yes, there are some games that's rigged. But I mean, good day, Jeff. Like that's what I said. Send for a hat for you, buddy.
Man, New England known for taping sidelines, bro. That's all I gotta say, bro.
Oh Lord, look, let me get back to this Thursday night football. Thursday night football. All I want to do is Thursday night football. Jesus Christ, that's it. That's all. That's all I want to do. Can somebody give me their prediction? Jeff says Green Bay is with it.
Green Bay.
Give me your score.
I'm taking Tennessee.
I'm taking Tennessee as well.
Tennessee is not. Their offense is looking very suspect. But it ain't got nothing to do with Derrick Henry. It's really down the toilet, bro.
Hell, shit, Derrick Henry didn't do nothing, and they still who was that they just beat this past
They beat
week?
the Broncos.
Yeah, and they didn't have nothing. Well, Broncos is depleted anyway, so I guess that wouldn't count. But hell, Derrick Henry had 58 rushing yards, so he didn't do nothing.
I'm not gonna lie, Bradley Chubb look like he gonna be definitely missed though.
Definitely, it's obvious.
No, I like the wide receiver, man. Westbrook, King. I don't want to mess his name up. The Titans. He had a good game.
He did?
Yeah, 119 yards, 2 TDs. Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, Tannehill back, right?
Yeah, Tannehill's back.
Because that Malik Willis shit is trash. I don't want to hear nothing by that dude right now.
He's a rookie. He's a rookie, man. The kid
rookie my ass.
He's a rookie.
Yeah,
I done seen. Man, look.
Jeff, slow down. He's
slow down. He couldn't complete. He couldn't get a 15-yard completion, bro. He couldn't do nothing.
Jeff, you was propping up Trevor Lawrence on his first year, so do the same.
Trevor Lawrence, come on, bro. You can't compare the two. Malik Willis looked trash, bro.
Look
again. Have you watched that game?
Look,
he started. All he
Yeah.
was doing was option run. That's all he was
all
doing. That was the only thing that was successful.
That's the only play, but they played for him. You think they're gonna really put that man out there and tell him to throw the ball?
Yeah.
He ain't
You're a
ready.
quarterback. That's what he got drafted for.
He ain't ready for that.
So I drafted you to be a quarterback. What you mean?
He's not ready for that.
Man, y'all was high on him, boy.
Oh, Willis?
No.
Yeah, he was.
No.
Oh, man,
I said he has a very high ceiling.
I think we talked about him on our Echo Days. So,
yeah.
We can bring that back up now.
Do it, but I said he has a high ceiling. I said he has a high ceiling.
Not to me, bro.
Yeah,
that shit is done.
Okay.
Before it even started, it's done.
Damn. Give us some more time.
Shit. Man, you got a whole training camp to get shit done. You got whole things to get done. You tell me you ain't had, bro. It was looking terrible doing that overtime game. You could complete one fucking pass, bro. They say he had no time because he had plenty of time.
He's a rookie, man.
Yeah, see, I get crickets when I talk facts. You know what I'm saying?
He's a rookie, Jeff.
All right,
I'm not sitting there acting. I wouldn't count on him to do anything.
Oh,
I mean, what are you going to get him to do? What are you going to do?
He ain't gonna win no games.
I don't think they even asked him to win games. The man's been a backup. And he's back to doing what he's doing, backing up. But I still like Tennessee to win this one.
I'm taking Tennessee too.
Yeah. I mean, hell, Tennessee pretty much should have lost that game against Cowboys, but you know, the refs cost the Cowboys that game. So
let's get to some Q&As, man. Oh man, I wasn't ready, boy. I was in the flow. I wasn't ready for that energy, Joe. You brought it. I tell you that.
Yeah, you gonna bring it hot out the grease.
Hot out the grease. God. So we got some Q&As, man, in our comments. I know you want me to bring them up, baby? You just want me to read them all?
Oh, you can read them all.
Okay, so we have some comments in our video. College. Let me pull them up. Add them up. I thought you answered, but I know you said you want to answer on screen. But we got Peter. He asked, who do you have winning the Heisman Trophy this year?
CJ Stroud for Ohio State.
Over Bennett?
You know what kills Bennett? Touchdowns. He doesn't have any touchdowns. He doesn't have the same amount. I don't think it's just he doesn't have the same amount of touchdowns. He just doesn't have the same amount of touchdowns.
And Georgia's is known for their defense.
And that's exactly. Georgia's defense will always stick out more than Stetson Bennett's play on the field.
I agree.
All right.
They will always if they can do a trophy for the best defense, it will always. It's just unfortunately anybody that plays for if you're a quarterback coming to play for Georgia, you have to light up the scoreboard.
My boy JJ don't get no love.
Who?
JJ
McCarthy?
Yeah, he'll get no love.
What has he done? He hasn't done anything.
Ain't did shit.
I know.
They haven't asked him to do it. I mean, all they're doing is running the ball.
Yeah, they running game has been
and that's
great.
another thing. Like the Heisman is a quarterback's thing because
no,
it's a quarterback's thing.
No, it's not. Last year was a year before was Devontae Smith, right? Who won the Heisman?
Okay, and before that, how many quarterbacks?
It's been quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a quarterback's thing. That's why I mean, and while before that, you know who won it? I forgot the running back from Alabama, but that's what I'm saying. It's a quarterback's trophy. It's not a Heisman trophy for the best player on the field, because that's the case, you'll start taking consideration of defensive players, cornerbacks. I mean, if that's the case, you should have had Sauce Gardner in consideration last year for Heisman if you really want to start doing some play, because what Sauce Gardner did for Cincinnati, look at him. Look what he's doing in the league this year.
Yeah, boy.
He's locking down everybody in his first year.
Except Stephon Diggs, but he locked down everybody else.
Yeah, but I mean, Stephon Diggs is doing a great thing this year. So he's done it all. He's been doing it last year. So, but that's what I'm saying. Like the Heisman is what it is. But CJ Stroud, because Bryce Young, he's playing on an Alabama team that just hasn't been looking great. So they're asking Bryce Young to do almost everything on the field.
But I really think that as a sleeper, I don't know if he's gonna get consideration because they lost the last couple games, but they lost one game.
Hinder Hooker,
man from Tennessee, cornerback.
Yeah, Hinder Hooker.
Yeah. He might be slept on a little bit. He might get some consideration.
It's going to be that loss to Georgia is what hurt him.
Yeah, but I can agree with you though. I think it's going to be CJ Stroud.
Yeah, CJ Stroud. What he did the past game and the year before is what he did last year and what he's doing this year.
He's undeniable.
He was runner up behind Bryce Young. So CJ Stroud's good. I'm still surprised like nobody's even talking about like Drake Mays. I mean, well, he's gonna probably start getting attention now, but Drake Mays it's
another sleeper.
If North Carolina didn't have him, ain't no telling what their record would be. If it wasn't for Drake Mays, ain't no telling what they would be. Because trust me, North Carolina doesn't have a defense. All they do is shootouts. So, and they get to play Clemson this year. So, and then the ACC championship. So they just might win that one because DJ isn't looking like the quarterback anybody thought it would be. So they'll be rotating quarterbacks back and forth out there in Clemson. So give me CJ Stroud. I don't really see another quarterback. I think Caleb Williams is doing good and over there at the Trojans as SC, but he's not doing what CJ Stroud is doing. It's just what it is.
Hey man, and quick, I know this thing Sauce Gardner was brought up. Quick shout out to them Jets, man.
Speaking of that, I gotta give you props, man. You was right about the Jets. I don't have no problem admitting when I'm wrong, bro. And I was definitely wrong about the Jets and Tua.
They handed Buffalo their first loss. I believe in the coach. I like Robert.
And they've been losing ever since too.
Yeah.
Since that damn loss.
Oh man,
what's another question? Or another's?
TCU, man. We got somebody. Let me not say somebody. You are a subscriber. 2,700, right? Yeah, 2,700. Thoughts on TCU? They're looking really good this year.
They're looking great this year, even though they've had a lot of close games, but they're looking great this year. They put Texas back in their spot. So I just want to put this out here. Texas is not back. So everybody stop saying that. I don't want to hear it no more. Texas is not back. But back to TCU. TCU is looking real good. They got their place for the Big 12 championship. It just depends on the bottom half of how they're going to scramble and kill each other just to get to the second spot to play each other, to play for the Big 12. The unfortunate thing for TCU is they get one loss. I don't care if it's in the regular season or in a Big 12 championship. They out of the playoffs. One loss, they're out.
And I think the reason why is because the recognition. As them as a football team, they get one loss. That's it.
Yeah. They are playing in a time where
you see Alabama back in the playoff hunt, which is ridiculous.
How?
They're back.
I mean, they're not gonna. They need too many scenarios to happen. But unless LSU drops the ball against Texas A&M this weekend, which they probably will.
But I think in the new college structure is different now. But they have like a number of teams that can be in.
No, so it's still 14 playoffs. I mean, they're trying to get 12, but it's still 14 playoffs. But
until next year, right?
Or 2024. I know they're voting on it. But Alabama has those two losses, so it's just a lot, man. I don't know, man. Alabama, can they get in? I mean, it's Alabama, so all they need one person to lose, and they'll jump Alabama all the way to number 5 from wherever they ranked at.
That's ridiculous, bro.
It's just Alabama bias, But unfortunately for TCU, they're in a time where if you're not Clemson, if you're not Ohio State, if you're not Georgia, Alabama, or hell, if you're not even USC, one loss for TCU, they're out. TCU is looking real good. they're good. Them Horned Frogs is doing their thing, but
Horned Frogs.
that's their name. That's their name. You know, I give a big shout out to TCU, but I don't know, man. It's just it's a lot you're gonna ask for them to have to do. And I don't know if they'll be able to do it. You know, Sonny Dykes first year, turned that program around, and 1 year got them undefeated, 10-0. Let them take one loss. They're done.
I saw another comment from Bruce. Auburn, trash. You agree?
Yeah, they're a dumpster fire. They are a dumpster fire. Auburn is, I mean, I don't know who's worse, Auburn or Texas A&M. Texas A&M loses to an Auburn school that doesn't have a head coach. They got an intern coach of Cadillac Williams, and they lose to an Auburn playing team that doesn't have an elite quarterback. You know, they just lost bad.
Cadillac Williams is coaching Arrow right now?
Yeah, he's an intern coach right now.
Oh, shit.
That's unfortunately, he won't get the job, but
no, of course he won't. I know he won't.
He won't get the job. You know, for Auburn,
is that guy, man.
Yeah, and I gotta. No. I mean, they play their heart out. You know, to beat the Texas A&M team. They struggle to beat that Texas A&M team, but they beat them.
You know what's crazy though? They had that running back tandem with him and Ronnie Brown, and Ronnie Brown got drafted before him. I thought that was ridiculous, but but Cadillac
most yards.
Yeah, Cadillac is that guy though.
Yeah, he's that guy. He's still that guy. You see what he's doing for them. Got them young guys playing, but Auburn is definitely trash. Auburn's trash, and I think somebody else had a comment. It said Air Force Jake, Clemson should not be ranked, and I agree to an extent. I think Clemson should be ranked, just not at where they ranked at now. And I think they are releasing the new rankings of the college football playoffs. But I agree, Clemson should not be ranked where they at. I don't think Clemson is that good.
I got you.
Yeah, but I think that's it, man. Anybody else got anything?
Hello, Jeff. We gotta get some more coverage going on basketball because we haven't really been covering basketball.
We can definitely touch bases on some basketball. The next go round.
And then wanted to shout out to I'm about to say Izzy. Izzy lost. Did you watch the MMA fight, Jeff?
I already knew that was gonna happen. Styles make fights, bro. And Pereira he had his card for years. Yeah. I knew that he was coming in, he was gonna get in that ass, and that's what happened.
I had him win the fight too. I didn't have Izzy winning.
Hey, the hobo, but yeah.
Awesome.
Stop, man. Go ahead.
Adrian, that was priceless, dog.
Hey.
Oh, shit.
All right. But yeah, I didn't get to watch that fight, but
I just knew he was gonna lose.
I don't know, man. I mean, because he all those other fights that he had, man. I mean, he did have some good fighters before this one. He did have some. You can't knock those other fights that he defended.
No, I didn't. But
okay, again, I was about to say because a lot of people was knocking him on his fight as if he didn't defend his titles prior. Because I mean, thinking about all the fights he did have up to this one.
Guess what though?
What's up?
The same guy we're talking about. Yeah, he beat him.
Yeah,
7 times.
7 times.
So
I thought it was
all right. For example, I'm gonna bring up boxing. Sugar Shane Mosley is my favorite boxer of all time.
Oh, okay.
But Vernon Forrest had his card. He could not beat Vernon Forrest. He fought Vernon Forrest 3 times, and he lost all 3 times. He even lost him in Golden Gloves. So, yeah, man, when somebody got your styles make fights. When somebody got your card, they just got your card. That's it.
He had him on the card, though. Like, if he would have lasted, he would have won. Because he had him on the card. As far as points, he would have had him. He would have been the decision winner if he would have went. If he didn't get TKO,
because popular name.
No.
Bro.
I'm kind of leaning with Jeff on this one.
Yeah, by popular name. I'm telling you.
Is he? Nah. Okay. The way I looked at it, because I did watch the fight, but the way I looked at it,
it was a good fight though.
It was a good fight. But Izzy landed more to me. It just wasn't as impactful to me as
no, because he's not a knockout like artist like that.
He's not. So that's why to me again he reminds me of it's and Jeff, please don't go crazy with this, but I'm saying like in comparison as far as boxing, Floyd Mayweather. It's not pretty, it's not sexy, but it's on the points, but on the boards. What?
I know you just not comparing.
Oh,
Jeff, slow down, bro. I'm
saying, bro.
Oh, you talking about this like the technical side?
That's it. That's all.
Oh, okay.
And I gave you a disclaimer and everything.
I know. I don't like Floyd. I'm just to be honest. Put that out there.
Clearly, I'm not. I don't. I'm no.
He's done. He's a cherry picker, bro. That's all I gotta say.
I'm not a fan of Floyd either, but he is one of the greatest. I'm not a fan. You gotta put him up there.
And then he's in your top. Okay.
No, but he's one of the greatest though. But he's not in my top 10. So
no, he don't crap my top 10 at all because he's not. It's been so many great welterweight fighters, and if he would have just fought the competition at their prime, then he would get more of my respect.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah.
He's a showman. That's all he is. He's who's that dude from Dragon Ball Z? What's his name? Daddy?
Vegeta?
No, the dude that was the showman in Dragon Ball Z. Damn, what is his name, bro? He had the little hair and shit.
Not Piccolo. Piccolo had no hair.
No, Gohan's father. I'm gonna look it up, bro.
Yeah, Gohan's wife's father.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, real quick before we close, also just want to give our condolences to Anthony Rumble Johnson. Don't know if anybody remember. He was big in the MMA. He recently passed away a couple of days ago. Died from illness at a very young age, 38 years old. That's very young. So condolences to the family, the loved ones, the friends. Man, from Creative Notice, we are here for you and everything. So thank you for your time, Anthony, for your showmanship in that stage, and rest in heaven. Do your thing.
Yeah, rest in peace. Mr. Satan is his name.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't watch no Dragon Ball Z. Y'all lost me with that.
Hey man, anime is cool, bro.
Jeff, I never said it wasn't. Just relax. Calm down, bro.
You just disrespected Dragon Ball Z. I don't watch Dragon Ball Z.
Jeff, you need some medicine. You need medication, bro. You need medication. But on that note, thank you for watching for the Creative Notice podcast. Real quick, shout out to all our subscribers. You are doing a hell of a job, man. Y'all definitely helping us grow. Thank you for your support.
Appreciate the support.
Yeah, thank you for the support. You're definitely pushing us over that threshold. Right now, we're sitting at 796. So, we got one more month to close out before the goal is to hit 1,000 for the end of the year. We almost there. I know it's going to be tough, but you can always count on the support. So again, like, subscribe, comment, leave a comment. You see, we always answer questions on here. Leave us some comments. Leave us some
comments, questions. We'll definitely get back to you.
Yes. So as always, Jeff, Bobby, myself, and we out. Peace.